Roshan Ranasinghe made a startling statement in Parliament noting that his life faces threats and made allegations over the matter against the President and the President's Chief of Staff Sagala Ratnayaka. At the onset, Roshan Ranasinghe commented on an incident where Sri Lanka police had allegedly raided a business premises that he operates.
මම අමතර කොටස් ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් අමතර කොටස් ව්‍යාපාරවල මම හාල් පෝල් විකුණන්නේ නැහැ කතානායකතුමා මම විකුණන්නේ
Am I a spare parts businessman? I do not sell commodities like rice and coconuts. I only sell spare parts. A theft was exposed. However, after it was exposed, some were silent. This alone reveals the depth of the deals that they have reached. Where were they at that time? Recently, the President framed me in a certain manner when he visited Parliament. I thank him for that. Namal Rajapaksa has met with Charit at Cinnamon Grand. Ranil is a snake. It is unsure when this snake will attack Roshan. If the snake does not act, it will be taken for firewood. However, who is this snake trying to attack? Is it trying to attack me, who exposed the fraud and corruption?
දූෂණය වංචාව අල්ලලා දුන්න මටද
රොෂාන් රණසිංහ මන්ත්‍රීතුමා
MP Roshan Ranasinghe, I did not make such a statement. Speaker, standing orders will have to be taken up for the fact that he is misleading the people and slinging mud using parliamentary privileges as a shield. I will not make allegations against Roshan Ranasinghe as I believe he would have been misled by someone. Please withdraw that statement. Roshan Ranasinghe is a friend and I will say it at any time.
යාළුවෙක් මට ඕන්ලාගේ එතුමාට කියන්න පුළුවන්
මට චරිත් කියලා තියෙන්නේ අසත්‍යයක් නම් ගරු
If what Charit has said is false, I am ready to withdraw the statement. However, Namal Rajapaksa a week ago warned me to be careful as there may be an attempt to seek revenge from me. They wanted to see how they can frame me. So they use the Walani unit for this purpose. So the Walani unit goes to Euronippon and everyone is aware that it is a part of Roshan Ranasinghe's group. There is no issue in that. If there is a legal issue, they have the right to act on it. However, if you wanted to raid all my businesses, I would have saved you the trouble and given you all the keys. Here are the keys to all 8 businesses that I own. MP Nimal Piyatissa said that a certain vehicle was found and taxes were not paid. Here is the Daily Mirror report from the 25th. A Land Cruiser Jeep smuggled to the country was seized by the Panadura Valana Anti-Vice Squad during a raid on Euronippon private vehicle yard in Dambulla belonging to Minister of Sports Roshan Ranasinghe and handed over to Dambulla police.
නීති විරෝධී ලෙස මෙරටට ගෙන ලෑන්ඩ් ක්‍රූසර් ජීප් රථයක් ක්‍රීඩා අමාත්‍ය රොෂාන් රණසිංහට අයත් දමුල්ල යුරෝනිපෝන් පෞද්ගලික වාහන අංගණයේ වැටලීමකදී පානදුර වලාන මර්දනාංශයේ නිලධාරීන් විසින් අත්අඩංගුවට ගෙන දමුල්ල පොලිසියට බාර දී තිබෙනවා. මගේ ආයතනයක් ඇතුලේ තිබිලා වාහනයක් අරගෙනත් නැහැ. යුරෝනිපෝන් ආයතනයේට ඒකේ අයිතියකුත් නැහැ. රොෂාන් රණසිංහගේ නමට ඒකට අයිතියකුත් නැහැ.
No such vehicle was taken from my business and Euronippon or Roshan Ranasinghe owns it. How can they publish like this? Based on this, Vijitha Herath makes statements. On one hand, the president is trying to say that I committed contempt of court. They sent a team from here to Dambulla. On one side, they are trying to make the courts hate me. And on the other, they say that this belonged to me and publish it. Is this what they do when I expose the theft? When I was in the cabinet, we had the mandate of 6.9 million people. He can remove me if he wants. I am here with the votes of the people. Do not persecute me like this. I am wondering whether the cabinet, the government and the opposition are waiting for that to happen. The Prime Minister is also letting anything happen. This needs to bring a new era in politics. And in this era, I may lose my life. I may be killed in the streets today, tomorrow or any other day. The President and Sagala Ratnayaka will have to be responsible for that. Did 134 MPs vote for him to become President so that he can persecute us?
ඒකට වග කියන්න වෙයි. මේ යන විදියට. හැබැයි මේ 134ක් ඡන්දෙ දුන්නේ එතුමාට ජනාධිපති වෙලා මේ විදියට අපෙන් පලිගන්නද කියන ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙනවා. සාගල රත්නායක කියන්නේ මොකෙද්ද? මේ විදියට ගහනවා කැබිනට් නියෝගයක්. මේක දන්නේ නැහැ ඇමතිවරු කැබිනට් එකේ හිටපු. මේකේ තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? මට ක්‍රීඩා පනතේ මේ උත්තරීතර පාර්ලිමේන්තුවෙන් 73 බලය දුන්නේ.
Who is Sagala Ratnayaka? A cabinet order was issued like this. And I am not sure if the former cabinet ministers are even aware of this. This mentions the Sports Act and the Parliament was given power in 1973 when there were no rogues. MP Namal Rajapaksa, I mentioned some names. I am aware of their family backgrounds and I am not insulting anyone. The cabinet is saying not to appoint an interim committee and cabinet approval is necessary to do so. How can this go on? I attended the cabinet meeting at 3 p.m. last week. I was the 4th and Minister Ali Sabri produced his paper on cricket and it mentioned that all the necessary measures will be taken. Thereafter, I assumed that the discussion on cricket was over. Several days later, I inquired if a decision had been taken from several other ministers. They said that no such decision was taken, so it will become an issue when they claim that I supported the measures to curtail my own powers while serving in the cabinet.
කොහොම මේක ප්‍රශ්නයක්. අද ඇමතිවරයෙක් විදියට මේ 30 ඇතුළේ ඉන්න මගේ ආරක්ෂාව සහ මගේ ආයතනය වටලන්න දේශපාලනික මැදිහත් වීම විධායකයේ මැදිහත් වීම පිළිබඳව මම කනගාටු වෙනවා. ඒක නිසා
I am disappointed over the fact that the executive has intervened politically with regard to my own protection and to raid my businesses. I seek the right to live. In addition, I seek the right for my wife and children to live. Do not pave the way for this. Sagala has 4 to 5 vehicles with STF protection. And where do I get my protection? If this cricket issue is not solved now, it will have to be solved at the next presidential election. Drive away the gang of thieves who have been exposed by these audit reports.
දූෂිත රළ ගෙවද ගෙදර යවලා ඒ වගකීම පවරන්න. ඒක කරන්න මේ වෙලාවේ බැයි නම් ඊළඟ ජනාධිපතිවරණයෙන් හරි මේ ප්‍රශ්න ඉවර කරනවා කරු කතානායක.
අපිට දැනගන්නට ලැබුණා ICC එකේ chairman Greg Barclay ඉදිරි
We are told that the ICC chairman Greg Barclay is slated to visit Sri Lanka soon. I propose that you invite him to speak to all 225 MPs and elaborate on the resolution that was passed. In addition to that, explain the malpractices that have taken place at Sri Lanka cricket.
පිළිබඳව කරුණු පැහැදිලි කරන්නටත් වර්තමාන ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ආයතනයේ තිබෙන අන්ත දූෂිත ක්‍රියාකලාපය කොහොමද ඒ ආයතනය ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදයේ නාමයෙන් එක එක වෙට්ටු දම එක එක ලියුම් ලියලිය ලෝකෙට කේලම් කිය අපේ රට පාවා දෙන ආකාරය ගැන පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් කළ යුතුමයි.
හැබැයි ක්‍රීඩා පනතට අනුකූලව ගරුව
As per the Sports Act, the minister has the power to appoint an interim committee. However, if such a committee is being appointed, it must comply with international norms and following discussions. I request that another day be allocated for cricket. If not, we will not be able to continue with the budget debate.
ඥානි කරු කතානායකතුමනි
අපි දවසක් පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ විවාද කෙරුවානේ.
මෙම ජීප් රථය අත්අඩංගුවට
The jeep in question was seized from the vehicle yard that belongs to Sports Minister Roshan Ranasinghe. A person named Indika serves as the manager at Euronippon. It has come to light that a person named Indika is the owner of the Dambulla branch of the Euronippon, which is located opposite this yard. The vehicle is being dealt under the provisions of the Offences Against Public Property Act number 12 of 1982 and Motor Traffic Amendment Act number 8 of 2009. I am not distorting any facts to inconvenience him.
තුමා අපහසුතාවයට පත් කිරීම සඳහා ඉදිරිපත් කරපු කරුණු නෙවෙයි